You talked about running a lot of different looks at Jokic, but it seemed whoever you put on him, he got pretty much what he wanted.
It's Nikola Jokic. It's nothing new in this league. It's happening every single night. First half, he was at 9 points, and second half, he got his game. We got a little bit in the zone there. They get us some life against the second unit, but once he came in the game, he was really good in catching the ball and attacking and finishing in the paint. That's Jokic every single night. 3 points, 15 rebounds, assists. So he did his job.
And their other guys got you too. They got a bunch of guys, 5 guys in double figures, coming off the bench. Like, it wasn't just him. But that's the attention we need to attract, right?
That's the thing. Like every time when we came to help and overhelp, he found the right pass. He found his guys. On some of those shots, they made shots. Some of those they missed them. But that ball is always finding the right guy, an open guy. We try to come from the top and just when he does not have great vision, and he would just throw the ball to wide open guy on the other side, and it's really hard. Like if you don't help, he's gonna score. If you overhelp and try to stop him, he's going to try to make the right play and find open man.
As far as Scottie, this was a really big game for him. Were you impressed with his aggression from the first quarter onwards?
He did a great job. He did a great job. He was the one guy that first half that had energy, and he was really fighting there. We were flat in the first half. Was that because we missed a couple of layups or open shots? I don't know, but our defense was not good. They scored 40 points in the first half in the paint, and we kept them to 22 in the second half. Same players, same people, with just different mentality, different disposition, and I thought we won the second half, but against this type of team, you gotta have respect for them from the jump ball, but we gotta have respect for ourselves from the jump ball. And our energy was, for whatever reason, was not there. We gotta be much better. We gotta be much better.
Do you think that affected, like, when you guys were running offense, Denver was able to make it so 2 passes away, you guys had to get the ball to score a lot of times, whereas sometimes through the skip or sometimes 1 pass away. Do you think a lot of that is effort or scheme as far as making sure the other team has to make that extra pass?
It's both. Like, there is no scheme that can work without effort, and only when you have effort, you can really see if the scheme is working or not. The hardest thing is like when there is no true effort and high effort to evaluate your schemes, because nothing is going to work. And then you're going to say, should we adjust? Should we not adjust? It's always that fine line. At the end of the day, we got to do much better and really give more effort from the start of the game. We dig ourselves a 15-point hole at halftime and trying to fight back, and we came close. But against this experienced team, it's going to be hard, to win it on home, on the road, or wherever. So we got to do better. We got to do better.
What would you like to have seen more of with your team when they trimmed that deficit down to 5?
You could see like the energy level was just different. Like we were pressuring the ball, we were getting more deflections. We got to come up with defensive rebounds, and when we do that, it allows us to go out in transition and run, because quality of our offense is so tied with the defense and getting stops and getting defensive rebounds. Once we accomplish that, we have a chance to run. If they're scoring the bucket and we're just walking up the floor, it's going to be hard for us to score.
I think it's 6 of the last 7 games now where you guys have been outscored with Yak on the floor. His minutes have been down the last couple of games. What are you seeing from him? Have these just been kind of bad matchups or something he needs to be doing better?
I think Jakob is a very, very good basketball player. Obviously, last couple of games he did not play to his level, and I really, really believe that he's going to turn it around very quickly. I think he's better than he's performing right now, and I'm going to talk to him, and I'm going to do everything I can in my power to help him to turn the corner and beat Jakob that we know.
Saying that the starters are struggling, the unit with Gary coming in for Scottie, those numbers are down. We talked maybe a week or two ago about changing the lineups. Is that something you're considering anymore, or do you still want to give them a chance to figure it out?
We are considering, we are talking about it. It's something that's there. I don't think necessarily that it's just like starting the game, because we start subbing out very, very quickly. And but it is something that we talk about. But also subbing, not starting any of those guys, it's a ripple effect what it does for the rest of the team, and who's going to be playing and who's not going to be playing. And if you do that, it might be shrinking rotation to 8 players or 7 players, and I'm not sure that we want to go that route.
Regarding those conversations, are those mostly had with the coaching staff, or do you start breaching that with players early on now, regarding like if you're going to shake up the rotation in the lineup?
We're talking to coaching staff. If we would do anything, we would talk to players as well.
Or sorry, north of 10 points, around 7 boards, over 50% from the field, almost 40% from 3 over your last 9 games, more minutes. What has been changing with your role, and what are you seeing out there for this improved level of play?
Just finding my rhythm, really. I was out quite a bit through training camp and beginning of the season, in and out, injuries, whatnot. Just finding my rhythm, as we continue to play.
Do you find that that's correlated with like a higher usage? Are you getting a little bit more freedom to look for your own opportunities on ball or anything like that?
No, it's just playing, reading the game, letting the game come to you. And within that, you find your rhythm. The more you play, the more rhythm you kind of like get into. And yeah, that's really what it is, really.
Darko was in here earlier talking about effort and how 48-minute effort is not there every night. And just wondering if you feel that way, and then what can be done to maybe correct it if you do.
I think we just got to, that's on us as players, we got to control what we can control. I think that's something that we could go out there and control every night. Our effort, being able to play every minute of the game like it really actually matters, you know what I mean? So that's on us as players, so we just got to find a way to accomplish that. And I don't know what type of motivation we probably need, but we got to do something to play 48 minutes of intense basketball, I think.
Is there any logical reason for it not being accomplished?
I can't give you a logical reason right now. I just think I honestly don't have an answer to that question. It's just one of those things where you don't really have an answer to.
There was a point in the game, I think you guys got 4 or 5 points, and within 4 or 5 points in the fourth quarter. What do you think was working for your squad at that point?
I think we're just playing with a lot of effort that that interval of the game. Guys are really just flying around. I'm playing with a lot of effort defensively. We got a lot of stops. Even if we didn't get stops, we made them work for every possession. And on the other side of the ball game, we just played, took what the game gave to us.
When you step on the court and you talk about finding your rhythm and things kind of like clicking, what's the first thing that's going through your mind? How do you find your rhythm? How do you initiate that?
Just playing, being able to make reads off of my teammates, being able to read my teammates as well, and being able to put myself in position, whether it's defensively or offensively, to help the team in that particular moment in time. So for me, that's just part of rhythm, and I think the most important thing is defensively, going out there, whether it's switching 1 through 5, whatever the case may be, just being able to, affect the game positively when I'm out there.
I think a lot of people look at the Raptors, you guys, as having a lot of defensive talent and are expecting big things. Between you guys, the players, what are those conversations like when you feel like you're not really clicking and maybe you're not getting the effort level you need?
It's frustrating for us more than the people, the viewers. Definitely just looking around the locker room and knowing that there's a lot of defensive talent, in the squad, and we're not being able to perform to our potential on that side of the ball game. It's very frustrating, and that kind of goes back to the question you asked about effort. I think we got to figure something out to do where we could get 48 minutes of playing with effort. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know what the solution is, but I just think that is something that we need to fix, pretty soon.
He was saying earlier that he's concerned about what he sees as a lack of effort for the full 48 minutes. And Precious says he doesn't have an answer for the reason why. Do you?
We just got to come out with a sense of urgency. I think we started off the game solid. I think around like the end of the first, second quarter, it was just getting easy ones. It's like layups and offensive rebounds to layups. Just throughout the whole game, it was just getting like some offensive rebounds, some easy mid-range. We just got to contest and come together as a team, talk, and we just got that sense of urgency that just want to win. We had some of that, but just not the whole game.
What are the conversations like between the players without specifics? Is there anger, disappointment, confusion? What's the mood like?
No, I think we're more positive. We're more on the positive side. We know what we need to do out there. We're communicating. We just got to go out there and put the effort and show it out there on the floor.
What do you guys do to hold each other accountable for effort?
I think everybody on our team wants to win, so we have time in the game when we timeouts. We're all talking throughout the timeouts of what we need to do. We all know what we need to do, and we just got to just put ourselves in that position to try to win. Sometimes we just have those lapses in the game, and we just got to be able to not allow that to go on for longer periods of times.
As far as aggression, scoring in the half court and scoring like in full court stuff, this has been a really, really strong stretch for you. As far as initiating the offense, what have you been seeing more from defenses lately as far as what your response is?
I don't really know. Every team, they still play different. Today, it's been more in transition, just trying to find those early attacks. And just trying to be aggressive, Our offense got stagnant a little bit, so just trying to be able to stop the standing around and just be able to just get some ball screens, run into things, and just doing some quick things to just help our offense get going. I was just trying to do those little things to get our offense going.
Scottie, when you look at a player like Jokic and how it can affect the game in so many different ways, do you look at that and is there things from the way he plays, the patience he plays with, and you see a little bit of yourself in, or that you'd like to adopt for your own game?
He uses his body really well. Be able to get it to the post, and then he just draws so much attention where, they got shooters everywhere where he either spraying out to shooters, always got a low dunker man, or he can just take it all the way to the basket. So, he's a big problem down there where he uses his body really well and his size and ability to pass, He's able to do all those things. I want to say I'm like him, but, I'm just able to see the floor and be able to attack. But, he's different with his size and his ability to see the whole floor and just know where everyone's at and being able to hit those type of guys.
Your name has been tossed around in all-star conversations. You've obviously been putting up really big numbers. As far as coverages you're seeing from other teams, have you noticed an uptick in more blitzes, more aggressive coverages so far this season?
I'm going to say more blitzes. I'm seeing more of just being more aware of where I'm at the three-point line. They're not really letting me just shoot the threes. They're closing out a little bit more. But just still trying to be able to find ways to get those open ones. Just try to find them. I'm just playing the game the right way, and everything else just comes in.
Have you noticed the difference in any screen coverages? Like maybe not the blitz, but as far as like edge, up to touch, drop, anything like that?
Nah, I don't really. Every team, like I said, they play differently. Jokic, he plays a little bit more higher than usual bigs plays, like a little aggression, shows a little aggression, but you just can't allow that to defer you away from trying to get to the basket and making those reads.
Scottie, what is the benefit of playing a top 3 team in the West, and then the next game is going to be a top 3 team in the East at this point in the season?
I think it just shows he can show who we really are. You know, we got to go out there every night and be able to play the right way. You know, it's a good challenge for us. You know, go out there today. We didn't come out with the win, but you know, we just gotta keep going out there every night and put in a strong effort to try to win. You know, we feel like we can go out there and compete and beat these teams. So that's what we gotta try to go out there and do.